Hello, guys. Anyone online? I just got to eat pizza. Oh, I forgot my eyebrow pencil in my car. So, I need to talk to someone about. I'm breaking out so bad. I don't know if it's like a hormonal or like if it's like, what do you call it? If I have pizza on me, let me know. I don't know if it's like hormonal or like um what do you call it? Like, I don't know what to call it because I am breaking out so bad. Look at my face, and I just pick until they're like. See, right now I'm just still picking, but um, it literally sounds like someone's here, but I think it's a train. Um, I don't know how to stop picking my face. Like, if I have a pimple or anything, I'll pick it until it like, what do you call it? Like, explodes, or like, I'm like that person that loves, what do you call it? Dr. Pimple Popper, but like the little ones, not the huge, like weird, what are they called? Um, who's Oliver Tree? But, it's like, hi, Judy. But, what was we talking about? I pick a pimple. Oh no, I don't like the big old abscess pimples and stuff like that. Like they show on what you call it. I like the ones that are like little, not, and then like the blackheads. But I don't like the big, huge like abscess ones. It gross me out. But I'm such a like picker at pimples, and then I think it's just my face or hormonal, because I'm starting to get them like right here. I have one behind my ear here, on my head, like in my hair. So like um it's like juicy. It's kind of gross, but um so when I was in the army, I always had like issues with my hairline, like right here, and like even on my face, like because I always wore hats. Like now I wear hats because I'm on a farm, and it just helps, keep stuff out of your head. So I'm always having it right here, and this is the main spot it rubs on because my bone, and then this part right here gets clogged. Hi, Judy. And then this, but why do you have a big scar here? And it's usually right out of the shower. So I shower at night. So right out of the shower, my my forehead just like engorges. So each pimple gets really big, and like like when you put hot compress on pimples, they get like, head, they get like a head. So this one just popped up today, and these two, they just hurt so bad, like even when I just barely touch them. So they're just to the point where they just feel like they need a pop. Ugh, see, look, I'm already picking at them because I'm talking about them and I'm thinking about them. But I just don't know how to stop. Like, there's nothing coming out. Like, it's just big, like acne or I don't even know what it is. Like, nothing comes out. Like, there's no, like, juice or anything. So, I don't know what. But, and growing up, like, see, I have one right here on my ear, too. Like, right, right there. See that one? And then I had these ones, like, a couple weeks ago. I just don't know. And they hurt so bad because they're like inside my my jawline thing. So I I can't even pop these ones because they're like they feel like they're like way deep in my skin. Like nothing comes out. Like there's nothing. But these ones that I picked last night, they're all scabbed up and I put makeup on them. They were like huge, like kind of like these ones, how they're poking out. Hmm? But they're kind of like poking out like this, you know. And then when I would like pop them like that, they would just like shoot like water. Like, what are you saying? Going where? um they would just like shoot water, not water but like juice. So they all like, you know, like had some coming out, like they would pop. But you guys want to see like a haul? Oh, thank you. What's your name? Thank you, Sam. Jackson. I look cute today. Oh my god. I don't even have any makeup on. I don't have anything on. But, oh, something fell. But, does anyone deal with acne? Just so tired of this. I'm so tired of picking my face. I'll literally just pick it and pick it and pick it and pick it, pick it. I don't know who else to talk to. I was trying to call my friend, but I think she's sleeping. This is like Tuesday, I think. I wonder if she works tomorrow. She might. Ugh, now I have scabs on top of my head tomorrow. This look like shit today. Oh, sorry. So I need to. Ah! Dirt. I need to do something. I don't know what to do. Hi, Judy. I just got back from the store. Not the store, but and I have a lot of stuff to do. J-Lo. I wish. I don't know who Zookeeper is. Sorry. Does she have black hair or brown hair? Zookeeper. I don't even know who Zookeeper is. You mean Zoolander? Thank you. I don't know who it is. I never watched that. Hmm. I feel like crap today because of my face, and I just I just don't know what to do. I have scars now on my head, like on my forehead. Oh, is that with that fat guy? Or not fat, but the pleasantly plump guy? The guy that's on Hitch? Anyone want to see? Oh, okay. But I don't remember the girls or whoever on it. I just remember that guy. He wore like khaki shorts or something. But I don't remember the girl that's on it. I know there's always someone he falls in love with on movies, whatever. Obsessed with. Yeah, I go through this almost like once a year usually. AI tool? Oh, for my face? Ow! Look, I'm picking again. I think it's because. Oh, okay. Well, I'm definitely not an actress. I wish. Well, I have the height and I'm 150. I'm like 6 foot. And I could like clean up my face. It just sucks because I just got like acrylic nails, and then when I pick like my pimples, they just scrape my skin, so it doesn't help at all. But you can't tell me what to do because I won't. I'll do the opposite. If someone tells me to stop picking my pimples, I'll just keep picking them. So I'm guessing someone has to say pick your pimples, and then I won't pick them. Maybe, right? Ew. Black. Oh, you make me queasy. That's fine. I have a lot of blackheads too, but I try to pick stuff when, like when I know it's like the weekend, I'm not gonna see anyone, I don't have work. And then, like I have blackheads right here, I have 3, and I can never get them out, they're like deep. And then I have some over here, but I think they might be just beauty marks or like moles, and I'll just constantly pick them and pick them and pick them, and they will not come out. Like, They will not come out. I don't understand. I'm like supposed to be beading right now. Yeah, that's how it is when you try to like try to get rid of pimples or blackheads. It seems like they just like go in more, even if you have a tool or something. I can't sing. I sing sometimes. I sing um I like a lot of Creedence Clearwater songs. Someone told me long ago there's a calm before the storm. I know. I can't sing. I just sing songs, yeah. But I never did karaoke. Or maybe I have. I don't remember. I sing in the shower. That's when I love to sing because I sound like the music. Try to slowly sing a low voice song. True. That's a good way to put it. But I can't do high. I can only do low. And I like Shallow. I like Shallow from Lady Gaga. Bradley Cooper, I know there's an older one. Tell me something, girl. Yeah. I know I can sing in the shower. I'm supposed to really be beading. Where are you from? I'm supposed to be beading right now, but I just drove like probably 9 hours today. Over and back. Not over and back. Montana. I drove to North Dakota for 4.5 hours, and then I drove back. My mom and auntie needed to go get some shoes or something. Well, thank you. I really don't feel beautiful right now, so you're making me feel better. I usually have makeup on, and you know, when I feel better. I feel better when I have makeup on and lashes on and my work clothes. So that's crazy. Pools of bronze? What's that? Someone told me long ago there's a calm before the storm. Hi, MTB 807. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Mm. Yeah, I heard I have a monotone voice, and I used to do a lot of my hair. I used to do a lot of lives, like when I would when I would what's it called? When I would bead. So I think they might be up still, but I did like a 4 hour live, and I was beading and talking, and a lot of people were like, I didn't know this was the ASMR channel. Like, it's gonna make me fall asleep. And I'm like, what? No, I'm just talking about my life. So you have pimples in my head. I'm about to go crazy. I was, I don't know if I was going live. Oh, yeah, I think I was going live on, YouTube. I go live on YouTube, and, I also go live on TikTok. And I remember going live on YouTube one time, and I was getting ready. I was putting my makeup on and everything before work, and I was just, just happy. And then this guy comes on. Well, at least I think he was a guy. And he's like, "You're so ugly." Because I look like this, and I was like putting on my makeup. And I'm like, "I'm sorry I'm ugly." "You're the one that clicked on me." And he's like, "Your voice is the most annoying voice ever." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong." He's like, "You're so ugly." Like, and he was just saying all this, saying all this stuff, like, all this stuff, mean stuff to me. And I'm just like, someone, he's like, someone, or I was like, someone needs, like, I said, someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And I said, wait till I put on my makeup. You'll see how much prettier I am. I can look prettier. He's like, no, nothing can help you. I'm like, oh my gosh. Why are you being so mean to me? Yeah, I wear sunglasses all the time. Well, I don't have any right here. They're in my car. So these are my beading glasses. Oh, see, I have a pimple right there. It hurts. Why are these like full of dirt? These are my beading glasses. So when I bead, because the beads are so small, I use these. Oh, they're smeared, but oh. Um, I look weird, but I always put my sunglasses up, so they just like that most of the time. I need to throw away all my seeds. I have so much trash here. Let me throw stuff away. I ate some pizza. Um, I need to do the dishes. I wasn't home all day. Um, I have to put stuff away that I bought. I bought a curling iron. I bought Oh, I got some work clothes. I'm from Montana. Um, born on Indian reservation. Good night. Um, yeah, I'm super tired, but I have so much to do. It's crazy. I don't even know if I can do it. But I work at a funeral home, so I have a funeral to service tomorrow, and um, I just found some news out about that funeral, so it's a little awkward. This guy I'm burying, he actually killed my uncle, who I never met. It's my mom's little brother, and he came back. Well, not alive, but like it's been over 40 years now, I think. So yeah, no, way over 40 years, 45 years now, I think. So, oh, so yeah, weird, huh? So I'm doing. Oh, look, that's a new pimple. I love how people were yeah. I love how people like someone just hyped me up because I was like, my face is breaking out. I don't have, any makeup on, and they're saying I'm pretty, and I'm just like, and they're like, well, I have a mole on my chin and lots of blackheads. I'm like, well, that makes me feel better. Not really, but it makes me feel like I'm not the only one with issues with my face. Like, like obviously a lot of people have issues with their faces. And I'm one of them this month, I think, because they're just all over on my head. They're all over on my ear, around my ears. Like, oh, everything's just juicy. And, it's really bad. At least I don't feel bad about, like, but the ones that are, like, in my head, because you can't really see the scars, but it just sucks that the ones on my face are turning into scars. Like, I'm not getting any younger. My collagen is going away. And I just keep picking because I can't leave them alone. That's why I said someone needs to tell me pick them, then I won't pick them. But obviously, like everyone, my mom, everyone, don't pick them. Don't pick your pimples. I'm like, that's easier said than done. I know. So, it's easier said than done. But I don't know. It's not like I didn't even. Esther, I didn't even know that I had these two on top of my head. And like I'm literally not trying to pick them. And I put on my hat and I can feel them because I have a bone right here, I have a bony head, and then I have this bone. And as soon as I put on a hat, it just like hits it. So I'm like, oh no, I have two more pimples, or you could just feel them and it just hurts. Like there are those kind of pimples that you see when you look at someone and you're like, that looks like it hurts. Like even though they're not touching it or anything and they're just like on their face, people with kind of acne. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's bad on my head. But I my family had acne like really, really bad, and I don't know why I'm picking mine. But I'm one of the few that don't have like crater faces and like like really bad complexion. Well, now I do, but it's rare that I have this, and it's usually like maybe once a year or every couple months. Yeah, and it's just like I don't know that feeling. Like I don't like this feeling. Like I know things are going on right there because I can see them and I can feel them. But then once I'm just like, oh, there's a bump, and I'm like, you know. But it's like an addiction almost. Like I do not like it. Like I wash my face, but lately I've been gardening and I have my hat on and it's so windy and dusty, so I think it just like they said it was clogged pores, and I remember my forehead just sweating like it was down my face, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then randomly I just come into the house and I'm just like, oh, it was like a legit circle, not this one. This one wasn't there yet. But it was a legit circle like this. Like my head looked like a cat. Like it was just so inflamed, like how these big ones are. And well, basically this one. So I thought I had a bunch of mosquito bites. It was so big. And I was like, what is going on in my face? And I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh, are those mosquito bites? Let me see. And I'm just like popping them. And so they weren't popping pus or anything. I know it's kind of gross to talk about this, but this is about pimples. And they weren't popping pus. It was popping like popping, but it was that clear. So they would get just big, like huge, like peas. And then obviously they hurt, and I just get out of the shower and I'm like, okay, they're ready. Yeah. And I was like, okay, they're ready. So I would just sit there in front of the mirror and just like with these two fingers and do that and like that. Oh, there's nothing. But, and it would just come out because it's like, in the shower and your pores open up and like they're just like hot and warm, so they want to come out. But the thing is, this happened like I want to say Sunday, maybe Saturday. No, Sunday, because I went to work Monday and I wore a hat. And then, oh no, that's the worst. Yeah, I had one right here before, and the ones like I think it's on the sides. I don't know, well, anywhere in your nose. It hurts so bad, like Especially the deep ones. The little ones that are just like little tiny white specks, they don't hurt at all. But the big ones that are far down and then they create like a big bump on your nose. Those ones are the biggest. But oh, jeez, hurt my hip. But yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh, so I went to work and I wore a hat. Yes, on your head or even right here. I always got them right here. Like you can see scars. Hmm. Hmm. I always get them right here too. I don't know why. Those ones hurt so bad. And then just right here. But so I wore a hat and then I'm like I'm telling my friends at work, I said, I'm wearing a hat. I'm breaking out so bad. And I picked my head so bad. I said, you don't want to see that mess. And I should have stopped then. But I didn't. I came home and I showered. I played garland. And my scabs, like, I took a shower. I got out. And my scabs were so big because the pimple underneath was big. So I was just like, no, you know. So I'm like, dang it. Why did I shower? Why did I look at it? I hope my boyfriend doesn't come home because I didn't even. I think that's the. What you call it. Ugh, these aren't little. They're huge, and I already have a. Thank you. I already have a scar from Sunday or last week. And I about cried today. I was just telling my mom and everyone. And look what I'm doing right now. I'm picking. They're big. They're huge. Like they're huge. What do you call it? They're huge scabs. But I'm sitting here picking them because they hurt. They hurt so bad. Like no one even knows how bad. Oh yeah, it's a train. Yeah, I didn't even clean yet. I just drove like 4.5 hours, I think it was. Yeah. 4.5 hours over, 4.5 hours back from North Dakota. And then we're back. Where's we're back? Sorry. I don't mean. Yeah, I'm in Montana. I don't mean to make you want to pick, but I just have to. I know I'm probably. See, this is a problem because I usually like it when I take a shower because, you know, I'm nice and clean and. I mean, my hands are clean. I wash my hands. But because I know that they'll get juicy from the shower. But I just don't want to. I just want to go to bed after shower. And I'm not gonna look in the mirror. And I noticed when all of this started coming up was when I did the we have family over here. That's more south. I'm more north of by Canada. Um I noticed that well I don't think I do it way up here. But so what are those things called? Like the Stridex, but I don't get Stridex because sometimes they can be costing a lot. What are they called? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Those acne little pads. So you just wipe them and they burn like heck. So every now and then, my face be looking good. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna put this on. Maybe it'll shrink my pores. And then here. Everything just comes out. I think I push my own pimples out or I create them. I don't know. I just noticed that every time I start doing those things, those little Stridex pads, like, I have them. I've had them for about a month or maybe longer. Maybe, I think I got them maybe in January, February. But I noticed whenever I do use them, just brings all of the big pimples to surface. Is that what it's supposed to do? Probably. I don't know. Yeah, I got a billing sometimes. Billing is big. It has a lot of good shopping. I don't have a lot of good shopping over here. Yes. My boyfriend that sounds so weird. My boyfriend put the wood stove on. It's 55 out right now. I mean, to me that's cool. I got home and I was like, well, he's not here. He went to Dakota to go gamble. And I said, I'm not going anymore. Staying home. And don't you hate it when you find one of the old pimples and then it has a little white head or black head in it and you're like, do I really want to mess with that? Because I know what kind of stress it caused me. But yeah, it's cold. To me it's cold. I lived in California for the last 10 years. Well, not last, but before I moved back in 24. This is my first full winter because I came back last year around February, March, end of February, 25, and I just missed like all the negatives, like negative um 20 negative, like I think the coldest here was like negative 50, negative 65, you know, with the wind chill. So it's probably like negative 40 plus wind chill. But I missed all that, so I got a few winter storms, but it wasn't that cold, like January and first part of February. And then so I was like, I thought I was golden. I know, it was freezing. It's like you die. And then here, I end up, you know, going to the summer and stuff. Do the full summer, full fall, full winter here, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's so cold. Like, I'm like, I don't remember it being this cold last year. And everyone's like, you weren't even here for the full year, for the full, you know. And I'm like, I know, but I was here in February. They're like, no, there's nothing in February compared to, well, I guess December. A lot of people say November, December ain't really that cold, but it was cold to me. Like Christmas to New Year's was like blistering cold. And then we had this weird like week in after New Year's, like even New Year's was like below freezing. And then so I live in the Great Plains, and it's always windy here. Like no matter what, it's always windy. And if it's not windy, you get a break for the day, or it gets windy that night or the next day. There's never like no wind for like a whole week or a month. Hold on. And then I I was like, you know, like a whole week in January this year was just like warm, like 60, 50s and 30s, and compared to like negative 65 and 40s, like you think 40 and 50 degrees is cold? Like, well, yeah, it's cold right now because we're not used to it. But because we had 80, 90-degree weather this week, and then now it's just cold and windy, but the coldest from the wind too. And in dead winter, when you get like 30s to 50s, you're just like, wow, this is like summer, this is warm. And then I think it got up to 70. It was like record breaking high. And then back to cold. Like, it just was messing with you. Like, so I came back to California, or I moved back. I was born and raised here. I left when I was 20. And I never came back for 20 years. Well, I'd come back to visit and stuff, or funerals and whatever. And then I have two older daughters here that I had with one of my exes. And I fully came back June 2024. I was going through a divorce with my ex-husband. Well, he's not my ex yet, but soon to be ex-husband. And yeah, we just called it quits after like 14 years. 13 or 14 years we were together. 13. And 14 last year. Was it? 15 this year. I've been married 15 years. Well, probably 13 years, but yeah, so the last 2 years we've just been separated and going through a divorce, nasty divorce. I don't have my kids. He's one of them. And I don't know. It's just really crazy. Like, he was really controlling and like really crazy. Uh, he was just really crazy, and it's the opposite. He's from California, and white, Caucasian, and yeah. So I didn't have any family there. He had all his family there, and I never really wanted to come back here, but that was my only choice. I had nowhere else to go, so I came back, and my family here welcomed me with open arms. Like, they had no questions asked, and like, just wanted me to do better. So he just planned out a big old scheme and everything. Got me to go back to California. I went to jail for 70 days. I got out and came back to Montana, and I never want to go back to California. It's crazy. I mean, he's probably watching this right now. I don't care, but it's just really crazy. Like, I pity the girls that are gonna date him. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. I hope I never get in that type of relationship ever again. Like, my boyfriend now, he is the sweetest man ever. Like, so sweet. Like, he's a farmer. He has a ranch. He farms, and I help him. And he's just really nice to me. Like, we just really love each other, and he knows what all happened, and he knows me that I wouldn't do that. Yeah. And even like my best friends that I grew up here with, like, I came back 20 years later, and they're like, Yuli would not do that. Like, he is so lying. I'm like, yeah, he is lying. I did not do whatever he said, and it just sucks because, like, the the city we're living in is just like all like white. No, he tried to say I was, because I'm native, and that city was just all white, and they just believed him, and I had to buy a lawyer, and my lawyer was so expensive, and I didn't have any money. My family doesn't have a lot of money, so I had to sell like all of my stuff, like a lot of my stuff, and so his thing was that she was drunk, and my lawyer fought like crazy for that because they didn't breathalyze me. They knew I wasn't drunk. The cop that arrested me testified in jail that I wasn't drunk, and stuff like that. So he just said a lot of outrageous stuff, and it was just really crazy. And I do believe in karma, but I don't know when that kind of stuff will happen. So it just sucks, but it's also a learning experience. Like, never go back to him. He really conned me. Oh shoot. Yeah, I caught him cheating once, but not in the act. He actually came back, and it was probably about 10 years ago. to his car. I had to get something. Here there was a Motel 6 receipt in his cup holder. Who the heck does that? I said, yo, who'd you take to Motel 6? I said, you were supposed to be at school. And he didn't say a dang thing. So he knew what happened. He knew then it just all started coming out, like, I don't know when, but I don't know if he told me or I found a letter or I forget. It was a long time ago. But yeah, she was very different from me. Like, I'm this tall, skinny girl, and she's like this little short, fat girl. So it's really weird. Oh. For me, I don't date native guys because I had an ex. He was very abusive. My native. So I date white guys. He's a white guy, and my boyfriend now is a white guy. But my boyfriend now, he was married for a long time, and his wife passed away like a sudden death. So I mean, it wasn't sudden. It happened, and then she I think she fought for her life for 2 weeks, and she just kept being crazy, unplugging herself and all of that. So, or not unplugging herself, taking off those things like her life support or something like that. But she really needed it. I wonder if I have to put more wood in. I got home and I'm like, what's that smell? Why does it smell like the wood stove? And sure enough, there was a wood stove. Yeah, it was his marriage. He still says his wife because it was 2 or 3 years ago. Or 3, yeah. He's 3 now. But as soon as I got here from California, I would fish and go around, see my friends and whatever. And then I went out with my uncle and my cousins one night. And we played cornhole. And then picking. We played cornhole. I ended up winning second place. I won $90 and I just got back, and I haven't played for 10 years at this point from Tennessee or whatever. Cornhole is there's a big board on the ground, and it has a little thing like this, and then there's a hole like this, and then you gotta throw it's 30 feet away or something, and then you gotta throw a beanbag, and it has to hit into that hole, and it can slide down. But if you it's a beanbag probably about the size of your hand. I guess they used to put corn in it or whatever. It's like a beanbag. And if it stays on that board, it's probably a 3x4 board. If it stays on there, then you get a point, and you can knock off their. Yeah, they're really competitive. you make a hole in one, that's like 3 points. But if the team that you're playing against, because so there's two boards 30 feet apart, you're usually on this end and this end. Well, there's you you kind of play someone like a team. So me and this other guy were a team. So I'm on this side and he's on this side. And then the other guy, the other team is standing next to me, and then the other teammate, that person is on next to my teammate. So they're each on each side. We're on each side of the boards, and like we're team red and they're team blue. So when I throw I think it's 3 or 4 beanbags over, we do back and forth. So I throw it over there, and then the guy that I'm playing, he throws it over there, tries to knock my beanbag out of the way. Or if I put it in the hole, he'll put it in the hole, and then it's 0. Like, we cancel each other out. But then if I make it in the hole and he doesn't make it on the board or the hole, I get 3 points. If he makes it on the board, I only get 2 points. And he doesn't. I don't know if he gets a point. It's been so long. It's been 2 years since I played. But yeah, so we did a blind draw, and I just had a random like mechanic that was my teammate, and yeah, we took second place, and yeah, it's fun. But you have to be a good like thrower. Like, you got to do it underhand. You can't just go like that. So it's kind of like horseshoes. Have you ever played horseshoes? Like those ringer things. Kind of feels. It's kind of almost like that. And anyways, so I just randomly play that. I just got home, and my family wants to hang out, and they're like, "Come on, let's go play this. They're playing this. They're doing a tournament. You can play." And I was like, "All right." So my uncle gets first with his friend, his teammate, and then I get second. And I don't know who got third, but I don't know if they even placed the third. But anyways, so we're celebrating. We're still it's like in back of a bar, so we had a potluck and everything there. I don't know what the fundraiser was for. I can't remember. But so we go into the bar, and like I have a beer, and I'm just like, my auntie's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go home. You can come home." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go." They're like, "You can stay with your cousins if you want. They're gonna go out." I was like, "Can I?" Like, because I'm so used to just having kids and like not going out. So I'm like, "All right, I'll stay with my cousins." So, which is it's kind of the same, but it's more of a stick, like a pole, and then you have like horseshoes, like a shoe, and then you toss it, and you try and have to hook it on that pole. Sometimes people ring it around, and that's like 3 points, or it's a lot of points. But anyways, so we go out, and they're like, "You want a shot?" I was like, "Of what?" I was like, "I guess." So that's when it all started. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So we did like a shot of tequila or something. I don't remember what it was. Oh no, like I had just come back from with this big old divorce thing. I mean, we were in the process of the beginning of the divorce, so I was always home with my kids, and like I never really went out. I would just be at home with them. So this is like a whole new different life for me when I came back, and I'm just like, it was like couple days, and I'm just like, yeah, I guess. And so, and I didn't, I didn't really feel comfortable going out like to bars and stuff because of previous encounters here, like long time ago. That's a different story, but I I just never liked going out around here into like bars or like into the scenery, into like public. So as long as I was with my uncle and you know, and so my uncle is about to head out with my auntie. Bye, I love you guys, and I'll be back later with my cousins because my one cousin, she lives with my auntie still. She's like, she's in college, and I was like with her friends too, and so we're just sitting there. We're about to do a shot, and then pretty soon, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, my uncle comes in. He's like, "I'm going with you guys." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So he's like heading out with us, and he's like, "We're gonna go, yeah. Billings is really bad. I never partied there. I'm scared. Well, I partied there with my friend. That's it. So she lives there now. And she picked me up from the airport because um, I missed a flight or something from California because when I was going back and forth for like court. And so I missed the flight. There's only like 2 flights out of there to my res. So um, I said, I missed the last flight by like 30 minutes. So she picked me up and I stayed at her house. And we partied and it was fun. And it was just me and her. And then I said, I gotta wake up early, go to catch my flight. And so I did. And it's the only time I partied in Billings. I know. And they guys were so bad. And so I, because they go all out, they don't care if they black out. And here, so my uncle, he comes and he's like, what did he say? Oh, I'm staying with you guys. We're going or whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I felt a little better because my uncle's with me and um, I never did go downtown. Well, we were at a different town on our res and I don't really go there, but that's where we started. That's where we went to our cornhole and all that. That's where we played the tournament because it was just a new bar that opened up. So, they're trying to get exposure or whatever. And then here, so my uncle stays and we do like, I don't know if we do another shot, but I don't, I don't have that much drinks there. And he's like, let's go to what point? We're going to what point now? Or no, I go outside to smoke. This is when I smoked. And so I go outside to smoke and I'm out back and they don't smoke. I don't know if my uncle smoked. Well, he did, but he didn't come out there to smoke. I don't know what happened, but I was out there with other random people, and then it's my first time back in like 20 years, and there everyone knew my name by now because I was playing cornhole. And here, like I was leaving, and my uncle came out there. Come on, we're going to what point? Oh. I don't like saying names, but he's like, "Come on, we're going to the next town over." And I was like, okay. I was like, let's go. And so when I was going, like all those people out in the backyard or like the back of the bar where we were playing cornhole. Like I don't remember who they were, but they're like, "Bye, Yolanda." I'm like, "Bye." And don't you know who they are? And then so we go downtown, said city, and well, we try to go like there's this stop between the towns, and there's just a bar out of nowhere. I know, but hopefully they don't track me down. But here he's like, or no one's at that bar, so we just go into downtown, and we go to this one bar, and I don't know. I guess it just started hitting me, and I was kind of buzzed up, and then pretty soon he's like, "Let's do some shots," and I'm like, "No, I don't want to do any more shots." I said, "Oh, I can't." So I'm like going to the bathroom, and I'm all videoing myself. I'm like crying and all this stuff, and then pretty soon, like, we go back out there, and here, like, cause I saw the video the next day, and I'm like, what was I doing in the bathroom videoing myself crying? But and then here I go back out there, and then that's when I met my boyfriend now, and he's like, I heard you don't want to do any shots. You should try this one shot. It's called the Chuck Norris. I said, Chuck Norris? I said, what's that? And he's like, it's not so strong. He said, it's like cherry vodka. I think it's called cherry vodka. Is it Dr. McKiddley's or whatever it is? We have it in the fridge. And it's really good. It tastes like Dr. Pepper cherry vodka or something. It's like 15-30%. And then so it's kind of like an Irish car bomb where you put it in the center, and then around it you put energy drinks, so, or liquid ice, something, and then so you drink it all as one. Oh, that's the worst. I would just be puking or whatever. Kamikazes sneak up on you, and they make you like, like puke, and once you puke, you pass out or you black out. Yeah, try a Chuck Norris. It's really good. Like, so I'm like, so he's like, okay, I'll buy you one, and I'm like, all right. And then so he buys me one. He's like, I'll buy everyone one, or whatever. And so we do that, and my uncle and my cousin and her friends are all doing different shots, whatever they wanted, because I told my uncle, like, I don't want to do any of those shots. Like, I'm already fucked up. Like, I'm not gonna get any more fucked up. And here, yeah, those ones are like straight, it's like sugar. And so I just used to drink like beer, like Michelob Ultra beer, like, but I haven't drank for like 4 months. I'm over 4 months sober right now, and I was just like, I was like, like, I don't want to do anymore. I'll just have a beer. I don't want. And my uncle's like, I'm not buying any beers. I'm buying shots. And I'm like, okay. And then I don't want a shot. I'll buy my own beer. And so that's when my boyfriend did that. And then here, so my uncle started seeing me talking to him, that my boyfriend. Well, he wasn't my boyfriend at the time. And then here, I was like, well, I don't know what we're talking about. I forgot what he said we were talking about. And then here, my uncle started seeing me talking to him, and I don't know if I don't think he liked it. So, I know, that's what I do. I would just stick to beer, and I try not to go crazy. But then there was some nights where I'm just like, fed up with work, and I just need a Chuck Norris, or I need a shot. So, anyways, my uncle started seeing me talking to him, and, my uncle's been here since, forever, and so he knew that guy, or he knew my boyfriend, and, I mean, he's a good guy, and my uncle was probably just drunk, and he's like, come on, let's go to the next bar. And then here I was like, come on, come with us. He's my new friend. He's like, okay. He comes in here. We're all walking out of the bar, and my uncle's like, where are you going? And he's like, she said I can come with her. She's the one that invited me. And he's like, well, you can't take your beer in there. And because I think I had my beer too, but he's like, he's like, I don't care. He's like, they won't care. So he's like, all right. So we go into the next bar, and I don't know. I think that's when I went into the bathroom and was crying around. And he said that he said that I know everybody's he said that he said, yeah, you were there was a big long line for the girls' bathroom, because we have like 2, 3 toilets, sometimes 4 toilets in the girls' bathroom, because everyone goes to the bathroom together. He said there was a big long line, and so there was a line in the boys' bathroom, so you went to the boys' bathroom and locked yourself in there and went bathroom. I was like, oh, that's pretty smart. I was like, there's a long line for the girls, and then I just head into the boys. I said, well, they're the same toilet. I said, they're not like urinals in there. And he's like, yeah, yeah. So I was like, I hate the silence. So, I think that's when I was doing that video, because I remember, like, that doesn't look like that toilet that I usually go into in that one bar. So, and then pretty soon, like, he was telling me the story the next day. He said, yeah, and then, that one girl, that bartender, which is my cousin's friend that would come out with us, he said, she would just come for summers here. She didn't live here. And here, how everyone wants to go to your reservation. She's a white girl. And then here, he's like, yeah, then they were trying to pound on that door because they knew you were in there. They saw you go in there and you weren't coming out. They said that they heard you crying, or they were worried that you, like, passed out or whatever. So, he said, then she started pounding on the door. And then in my video, you can hear me cry. And you're, bo, 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 bo. I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, oh, yeah. I remember her pounding. He's like, yeah, they were really pounding for a long time, trying to get you out of there. And I was like, yeah, we live way out of town, so it's like really, really quiet. So I can hear, like, when the train goes by, it's like far away. And it just echoes through the whole, like, thing. But yeah, and I was like, oh, I remember that. And then here he's like, yeah, and then you came out. I said, in my video, my eyes were like all black, and I had my lashes on, and my eyeliner was like all whatever. He's like, no, you look fine. Like, you must have wiped it off before you came out, because you seem fine. And then you went outside. I think you had a cigarette, or you had one cigarette left. I said, oh, I remember that. I said I had my cigarette, and I had one left in my pack. And then here this random, like, street person, well, like, we call them street people. And they just came up to me, because I was right by the, I was right by the dump, what do you call it? Garbage can. Because they have big garbage cans on the street. And I was calling my daughter. She was in the next town over with her dad. And she's like, I think she was like a senior or sophomore or a junior that year when I got back. And she would have lived with her dad. And she didn't see him for like 5 years. So she hugged and loved on him. And they made her whole bedroom and everything. So I was like, well, I'll just stay at my auntie's. So, anyway, so I was calling her, crying around, and I was like, look at those people. And I was like showing her FaceTime, and she's like, Mom, they're right beside you. You're just showing them off. And I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. And then well, it was the next day she was telling me. And so I was like, some person came up and they're like, "Can I have a cigarette?" So I gave them my last cigarette and I said, "That's how you know I'm a good person. I gave them my last cigarette." So I threw my cigarette thing away and I was like, "Man, I want another cigarette." So I went inside and bought one of those bar cigarettes for like a quarter or $1. I don't know what it was, but I started smoking it and I was like, "Oh, this is the worst cigarette ever." And I just threw it down. And then right then, my boyfriend came out. Well, he wasn't my boyfriend at the time. And he came out and he's like, "You want to come home with me? I'm going home." I'm like, I was sitting there looking at him. I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." I didn't even know him. I didn't know anything about him. I didn't even know his name. I don't even think we knew each other's names. And I'm just like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's go." And I was just like, crazy. And that's the first thing my auntie told my uncle was, "Bring Yolanda home with you," because that's my auntie, you know. And here, first thing he tells my boyfriend is that when he said, "Yeah, your uncle kept saying that all night." I gotta make, like, because he was like subliminally saying it to well, not subliminally, like passive aggressive saying it to my man. And he was just like, "Yeah, her auntie's gonna be so mad if I don't bring her home, so I'm watching her like a hawk." Like, so they went out. I guess when I was texting my daughter, or when I was calling her, I guess I took a picture of the bar and I sent it to my auntie and my mom. I said, oh no, my auntie, because my mom was somewhere else. She was coming to come visit in like the next week. And I sent it to my auntie. I know I was drunk. I said, "I'm out here all by myself. Everyone left me." So she was texting my uncle, my cousin, everyone, and saying, "Where's Yolanda? Why did you guys leave her? What's going on?" And she's outside this bar. She just sent the picture of the bar. So at this time, I already headed out with my boyfriend, and they were looking all over. They went in the alleys. They went to bar. They're looking for me, and they're like, "We don't know where she went." And so my boyfriend, he's like, you know, opens my door. He always does that. Like, till this day, like, I remember him opening my door in his pickup, and I get in. I'm like, "Oh, this is nice." You know. And then I thought he was just doing that to do that. And he's like, "Do you need anything?" I was like, "Yeah, I need some cigarettes." Like, I lost my, or I gave away all my cigarettes. And he's like, what kind of drinks? The Ultra?" I was like, "Yeah." They got me some beer and some cigarettes. I sat outside. I don't know what, I don't know if it was that time or before. I said, "Can I just smoke in your just want one cigarette?" And he has like a new pickup. And so I was just like, you know, when you're ripped. I know I got everyone in trouble. And so we head out to his house out here, and he lives far, and I kept saying, "Where are you taking me?" I was like, "Are you?" I said, "You know what? I trust you, because I can sense your energy, and you're not gonna kill me." It's like, "Oh." Like, like, I just barely met him. He's taking me far away. I mean, it's not far. It's like 15 minutes out of town. In the boonies. And then I'm just like, You're not gonna kill me. I know it. I can sense you're a good person. um, so we uh we get home and I start freaking out. I say like my my ex is a crazy person. I know. I said my ex is a crazy person. You better lock your door. I said he had me like stalking me and like it was crazy. So I think I just saw my dog. But yeah, so he said you're really scared about your ex. He said your husband. He said your husband was like stalking you or something. I was like, well, did you lock your door? He's like, yeah, I locked it. He's like, I haven't locked it in 30 years, but you made me lock it that night so you stay safe and calm down. I was like, oh, okay. I woke up the next morning. I'm like, where am I? What am I doing with this man? And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And I said, where did my uncle go? He's like, he texted me about when we got home, like 30 minutes after we got home. He said, is Yolanda with you? Because they play poker together and stuff. And they had like poker leagues and everything. And I know. And then here, he's like, yeah. He said he didn't even know my name either. He just knew it was my uncle. And they were looking for me. And so my, I'm like telling him my whole life that morning. And then he's like, well, I gotta go check water. You can come with me. So we ride on a four-wheeler. We go check water. We're irrigating. And then I come back and I'm just like, like, this is weird. I said, I'm sorry if I was so crazy last night. I said, I'm never like that. I said, I was just really drunk and I have a lot of stress. And he's like, no, I thought you were fun. And I'm like, no, that's not fun. And so we I don't know what we do. What did we do? It was like 8 or 9 by the time. I don't know. But anyways, I go home about one of my aunts about 1 p.m. And then I was just like, telling him I'm a jingle dress dancer and showing him all my pictures on my phone. He's like, send that to me. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what's your number? So he's on his way taking me to my auntie's house and my car's there. And he's like, says this number 406. And I was like, okay. I texted him and I'm like, what do I put it as? I don't even know his name. I didn't even know his name at this point still. I know, me too. It's really bad. Because most of it I didn't remember anything. I remember coming to his house and then here, just the stuff he was telling me, and then I was just like, oh yeah, I remember that. But and so he drops me off at home, and I'm just like, okay, bye. I give him a hug and a kiss. I'm a hugger and a kisser. I mean, I won't kiss like just a random person, but he's just like, so this is the story. I didn't know this till I started getting to know him. And I started noticing like he's not a hugging person. So every time I'd hug him, every time I would, like, I stayed with him every single night since then. Like, well, besides of going to court and stuff, but ever since that first night I met him, I stayed a night with him. Like, we're just like this. Like, we get along so well. Like, it's so crazy. Like I mean, sure, we bicker and stuff, but yeah, I'm always sleepy. I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to North Dakota. And here he's like, drops me off And I didn't even know that he wasn't a hugger. So I'd hug him all the time, and he'd just be like so stiff, like didn't know what to do, like hug me or not. And then out of nowhere, I said, "Are you a hugger?" He's like, "No." I said, "You never hugged your wife?" No. I'm like, "You ever kiss your wife?" No. I'm like, "That's sad." And then he's like, "Yeah, we just didn't do that." I'm like, "Hmm." So I would always hold his hand. Yeah. So I would always hold his hand, and then he'd just like, "Ooh." I'm like, "What?" He's like, he's like, "This is different." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because like I never held hands with someone since like I was like, when I was in high school." He said, "Just like my adult life, I just never hugged." He said, "Never hugged, never held hands." He said, "Just holding hands right now reminds me of like grade school, or not grade school, what do you call it? Junior high or high school, when he would date girls." Because right when he dated, he married. And I guess when they married, they didn't hold hands, they didn't kiss. So, I mean, I was never like that in my marriage. Like, I always hugged and kissed and, held hands whenever we went to anywhere. I'd hold his hand. So, I'm always like that. And he said, it's just like weird energy, like when we hug and stuff. Yeah, that's how my ex was too. Like, when I would try to kiss him or hug him, he'd just be like, he wasn't a hugger or kisser and stuff. So I'm like, what? I was like, that's weird. But the thing is, like, I was talking to my auntie and she knew his wife. So she said that, because my grandpa had died, like, 2013. And my grandma and my auntie went into the place where they would pay bills and stuff. And my boyfriend's wife was, alive back then. And she said, no, she came up to us as soon as they heard, because, my grandpa was a farmer too. And rancher, he had cattle. So um, they, they heard of his passing. And um, so she got up, his wife, my boyfriend's wife, and hugged. Yeah, I know. It makes you feel weird. So my she said, that's because I told her how my boyfriend was. And she's like, that's weird because like she was a hugger. I was like, she was? She's like, yeah, when grandpa passed, well, she would say dad. When dad passed, we went in there and um his wife came up and gave us a hug and said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear of your dad and your husband or whatever passing. And she's like, yeah, she hugged us. And I was like, hmm. I was like, I didn't think she was a hugger. I said, maybe it was my man. But yeah, I just heard nothing but sweet things about his wife. Like, his wife was really well known in the community. So now that I've been dating him for 2 weeks, 2 years. It's a little weird, but and I'm native, so it's fine. I really don't mind. But, sometimes it gets to me because people bring her up. Yeah, I think that was it because she was the same sign as me, which is weird, right? He's not the same sign as us, and I didn't find that out until like almost a year later. So I was like, I didn't know she was born then. That explains a lot. maybe he's just used to us being like, because we're Pisces. So we're Pisces, we feel a lot of energy. But the only thing is, I love helping him. But the thing is, you know, they had kids together and stuff, and he didn't he didn't involve his wife or kids in the farming or the ranching, because he said that he could never live with himself if they got hurt from cattle or, you know, like anything. Tractors. So they never helped him, and he never asked them for help. And I was like, that's weird. He's like, yeah, they never helped me. I didn't want to help. Because when we first started dating, I told him, you know, like, oh, I'll help you. He's like, no, just go to work. Because I work in town too, so I help him and I go to town. But maybe. I don't know. But he had a few other girlfriends before me, before we were together. Because she passed like a year and a half before we got together. And people, it's a small town, so a lot of people would be like teasing me, like, oh, you're with so-and-so's man. I'm like, oh, I don't even know who that is, but okay. So it's different from the native side. They know the native side, and then I'm like, what the heck? I was like, I don't know who you dated. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. So I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I'm not gonna fight anyone. And I'd ask people like, why did they break up? And they said that he didn't want that type of person. Like, oh. So I always ask him if any of his other girlfriends ever helped too. He said no. But I would always ask him and ask him. Yes, everyone knows everything. They think they know everything, and they fill in the gaps. But everyone well, not everyone, but they would be like, you know, trying to tell me stuff if we're out and whatever, and I'm just like, you know what? This happened before we were together, so why are you telling me now? Like, are you just trying to get a reaction out of me? I'm not gonna fight. I know how to fight. I was in the military. But I'm not gonna fight just to fight. That's so stupid. Like, there's so many people that fight. I mean, yeah. Too much drama. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna choose peace. Because I know my man loves me. And I don't care what anyone says. Because we've been together a long time. And I mean, there was a couple times we broke up, a couple times, and we'd get back together, but it'd just be over stupid stuff. So, and it helps our relationship and see each other. It wouldn't be for long because I would miss him so bad. Like I miss him. I'm a really like whiny person. Like I hate it. All my sunflowers I'm gonna be planting. It's just way too cold. I'm just really mad at my garden. I was gone all day. It rained all day, and it's cold. It was just hot like the other day, like really really hot. So I'd have to water like a couple times a day, and it's just so cold out. Like I think my plants are gonna die. Right now it's 50. Ugh. It's like a Canadian cold front coming through. Because this big old storm came through and gave us like half an inch of water or something. I don't know what it was. Half an inch of rain. I'm growing corn, sweet corn. I probably have like 300 stalks out there. 4 30-foot rows. I'm growing strawberries. I have a strawberry patch. Probably like 15 strawberry plants. I am growing tomatoes, lots of tomatoes, different kinds. Lots of aromas, a Brandywine, Goliath. Lots of cucumbers. I have a lot of cherry tomatoes, yellow pear tomatoes. I have a Cherokee purple tomato. Yeah, just sucks. And then I have spinach out there. That's like thriving. I don't know why. I think spinach likes the cold. I'm growing romaine lettuce. I gotta thin out pretty soon. They're really close. But I'm waiting until they get a little bit bigger. I think you gotta thin them when they're 3 or 4 inches tall. Yeah. That's big. It's bigger than my last garden last year. Last year was just a little piece. This year I was like, I want it bigger. Hey, it's so big. I have so big muscles right now. Like, I know I'm just skinny, but that's like hard. And I don't even work out. I just like, it's just crazy because of how much dirt I was moving. And it, I'm so dark too. Look how dark I am. I'm like so dark, darker than my face. Well, dark as my hand. I always think I hear him because he has a big diesel pickup. I really think that's him. And if it is him, I'm in trouble because I didn't do the dishes. I'm so bad. But I mean, he won't like get mad. It's just I left them in there yesterday and today because we did a lot yesterday. But so I have a lot of cucumbers. I have a lot of I don't know. I mean, they're just sitting here. But I have a lot of cucumbers, and the thing is, he doesn't even look. He doesn't even eat vegetables. He doesn't eat tomatoes. He doesn't eat anything. And then I have a lot of peppers. I have bell peppers. See, there's a scar from last week. And all these are going to be scars. I have 2 bell peppers, 4 banana peppers, 1 jalapeno pepper, a cherry hot pepper. Oh yeah, they used to be so hard for me. I think it might be California. I'm not sure because I could never grow them there. Last year, I actually grew them like almost the size of regular ones from the store. But yeah, they were legit. Like I'm like, what in the world? How did I grow this? So I was pretty happy. And then, so I have these cherry hot bell peppers. They're like this tiny. And what else? I have. I'm just growing some mild jalapenos, so they're gonna be peppers, but they're not gonna be hot. And then I have some mint, a couple basil around my tomatoes, lots of marigolds. I have a few cantaloupes. I hope they're still alive out there. I didn't check on them today. I have what else is out there? Oh, lots of pumpkins. I have a big tractor tire full of soil, and I put a lot of pumpkins in there of all kinds. I have some white pumpkins growing. They're probably about those. My pumpkins are doing really good. They're really long, probably like a foot long, the leaves or vines. No, I grew a lot of cantaloupe and melon last year, honeydew. But right now it's hard for them to start out because he keeps getting these cold spells. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I have some lemon cucumber. So I do a big trellis. I have like maybe a 20-foot trellis that goes like this, like cattle guard. So I have 6 or 8 fence posts, and then I put the thing. My boyfriend said it looks like a wagon, a top of a wagon, like you know how it looks like this. And I'm like, okay, because he helped me put it up last year. I grew lots of cucumber. I have a lot of these cucumber. They're called muncher cucumbers. They're the ones that you can, they're about this big, like big as your middle finger maybe. And they have the skin on them and you just eat it like they're super thin. Like you don't need to peel it. I mean, a lot of people don't peel their cucumbers, but these ones you can't even tell, like they're not even thick. So I grow a lot of those. I pickle a lot or make sweet pickles. Yeah, make a lot of sweet pickles. And I keep all my jars. Look, I eat so many pickles, like it's crazy. Like I eat like a pickle a day. So look, this is just from like a couple weeks. I have this big jar, you know, these big huge jars. I keep them. Well, I need to spill it out. And I have another one too. So I keep these big old jars on hand, so they help, you know, help me stay hydrated because I'm gonna put some Powerades in the fridge. I'm gonna be thirsty tomorrow. I work at a funeral home, so I have to. Well, it's not that late, but I gotta wake up. Yeah, those ones, those munchers, I slice them, and those work so good for sweet pickles. Like I buy the sweet pickles. Yeah. Well, I just bought these plastic ones. Those ones are in the fridge, but I haven't had one today, and I don't feel like having one right now because I ate Olive Garden today, and it's messing my stomach. I don't know how, but I mean, I don't hurt, but I hurt earlier. I just hurt everything. I'm just like, what's wrong with my stomach? But yeah, I'm excited about, growing my own shit, because you just don't know what's in fucking shit anymore. Like, what people are putting in their food, like, because stuff is expensive. Like, pickles are 79 cents a, I mean, cucumbers are 79 cents a no, 99 cents here. And lemons are 79 cents each. And I know that costs a lot. I try to eat, like, I used to eat a lemon a day in, like, California. But here, I probably eat one a week. I just eat it like an orange, like, just eat it. And then, I eat a banana a day. Like, I eat raw honey. Look how much honey I have left. I eat raw honey every morning to keep me healthy. And I don't know why it's not working. It's supposed to help with inflammation and stuff, It's like your shit. Your face. And I think it's just that time of the month. But I have the IUD, so I don't get those. But I think my body does it still, because I'm feeling like tenderness here. They just hurt really bad, like, after the shower, in the shower. And I'm just, like, getting all these pimples everywhere and all my spots. Even under my legs, and they just hurt. I don't know what's going on. That's why I'm just, like, when I first started this live, I was asking people what's going on. There was, like, 25 people on here before, and just, you're very pretty. And they just head out. I'm like, oh, thanks. And then they just head out. So I'm like, I hear like something, like a mouse or something. But I wanted to eat some cereal. Yes, it's fun to grow food. Yeah, honey's good for you, like, especially raw. Like, we have a honey guy. There's a family owned, and he sells honey. You see all his honey little boxes all over. Yeah, it's good to have the honey from your location. You know what I mean? So wherever you live, you should have local honey, because they're getting all the pollen from the air, putting it in their honey. You consume it, you're kind of immune, like, it's in your body, like, the pollen, like, so when it's time to get sick, if there's pollen in the air, you'll be able to fight it off better. So that's why when I lived in California, I would always go to those farmers market, and I'd be like, where do you guys farm your honey? Where is your honey from? Yeah, you should look into it. It's really good, like, raw honey, like, how the benefits are and everything. Don't boil it, don't anything, because that just kills more of the good stuff that's living, because it's basically still living. Like, that's why I love raw food. I love lettuce, I love mini bell peppers, I love those little tiny colorful ones. Did you ever read them? 3 of those little tiny mini sweet peppers are 100 in vitamin C. Like, just 3. They're little tiny ones. They're probably, like, smaller than this. Like, they're just tiny. They're full of, like, vitamin C. Like, they're more than oranges, like cuties, anything. It's just 3 of those little peppers are 100% vitamin C. Like, you have to eat 3, and I probably eat, like, 4 or 5, because they're just good. Yeah. They're just like, those colorful ones you get by the cucumbers. They're in a little baggie. They're called mini sweet peppers. They look hot, but they're not hot. Everyone always thinks they're hot. They're not. They're colorful. They're like these, you know, like, and they have yellow and orange. But they're just little mini. They look like jalapeno. And then yeah, so red bell pepper is like a lot of vitamin C too. People don't know that. So those can like save your life. I used to have some, but I don't know. Oh, that's what that sound was. My door fell. But yeah, I used to have some, like a bag of them, but I don't know if I still have one. Sometimes I forget to buy a new one, and I'll just be like, oh. But they last a long time because they're like, what do you call it? Like organic and shoot, like they. So these ones, mini sweet bell peppers. They're these. They're like these colors. Well, there's a red one too. But the nutritional facts isn't on this one. How come? Usually they're on here. What's going on? Oh. Scan here for more food information. That's weird. They used to have it all the time on here. They're from the Honduras. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, they're the bell peppers, so they're really good for you. These little things, they're just like $3 or yeah, they're about $3 for this whole bag. I think it's 1 pound bag. Yeah, I'll just eat, like if I'm eating anything, I'll just grab these and eat them. Because I love eating raw food. Like, I love it. I always have to have something. Like, if I feel like I'm getting sick, I'll be like, I need some raw food. Yeah, everyone thinks they're hot, but they're sweet. They're like not hot at all. I even grew their seeds once. I was like, I wonder if I can grow these seeds, but I think you gotta make sure they're organic or whatever. Hopefully. I don't know. They grew, so I was just like, I wonder if I should try to grow these sometime. Maybe I can grow my own. And sure enough, I did it. This one. Fun experimenting. I gotta put my trash away. I gotta do my dishes. But I'll be on tomorrow. It was nice chatting with you. Yeah, food is medicine. I love packing my body with medicine, but sometimes it doesn't turn out. It looks like a chicken pox. But yeah, message me sometime. I'll try to come on tomorrow after my funeral. And but bye.